Hey, what's going on, internet? It's Khalif here, and I've got another article for you guys over here on This Place Is Weird. Now, this one isn't as obscure or bizarre as the other ones or other stories I'd like to always cover here, but it's also something that I want to highlight. It's a nice thing, and we should always bring attention to the good things that happen around us, because it's along the lines of what I want to do. Is like balancing out the scales and what our attention is on with in the social media world. So check out the headline. An army vet pays off past due utility bills in Florida City. Man, they missed out on the opportunity to change this to Florida Man pays off past due utility bills, because with all the bad Florida Man stories that are flooding the internet, you could use a couple of good stories in there, to balance things out a little bit. But anyways, let's go ahead and read through this one. I thought it was pretty heartwarming. Coming out of Gulf Breeze, Florida, a man who was rewarded by the Planters Peanut Company for being a good Samaritan is continuing to help others in his Florida Panhandle city. Over the previous 2 Christmas seasons, Mike Esmond donated about $12,000 to pay off utility bills for people in Gulf Breeze who needed some extra help. Then, in March, Planters sent Esmond a check for $104,000 for his good works as part of the company's A Nut Above campaign. Since then, Esmond has continued helping with past due utility bills, paying off balances for 677 accounts. This is a quote. In other words, I paid everybody's past due account for a while, from March to August, like 6 months straight, Esmond told the Pensacola News Journal. Nobody that had their utilities, Gulf Breeze utilities, had anything disconnected. Last week, Esmond donated funds to pay off 29 accounts, putting his total donations at about $85,000 this year, more than $96,000 over the past 3. He said he's continuing his efforts in hopes of inspiring others. Esmond said it's been touching to hear how the donations have helped other Gulf Breeze residents who may need additional assistance. Quote, I've had some older retired people call me crying on the phone because I paid their bills because they live on Social Security and they don't know what's going on, Esmond told the newspaper. So it's not only families. There's older people that, are in this predicament also. Esmond runs Gulf Breeze Pools and Spas, which he started in 2010. The U.S. Army veteran said he was inspired to help with utility bills because of his own experience in the 1980s when he couldn't afford to pay his gas bill in the winter. I was raising 3 daughters, and my wife and I would run around at night with this little plug-in electric heater in the rooms trying to give them a little bit of heat, Esmond said. And for that reason, Esmond said he'll likely continue the Christmas donations for as long as he can afford to. Now, the reason why I wanted to especially talk about this, because I remember I read something about I feel like it was sometime last year at this point, a few months ago, saying that I think it was along the lines of conservatives being more charitable and giving more money to charity per capita than Democrats. Well, I guess Republicans versus Democrats, not conservative versus Democrats. But I just thought that it was an interesting thing, because the argument always has been, or not always has been, but the argument that the perspective that they come at things from is that people can and do take care of each other when given the opportunity, when resources are available, etc. And that giving the money to the government through taxes ends up adding too much bureaucracy to the situation, to the entire process, that by the time money gets to the people that it's supposed to actually get to, it's changed hands so much that people have gotten their cuts. There's people that are working that need to be paid and things like that. Okay, sorry about the cut edit. I got distracted and had to lost my train of thought. Had to take a second and come back. I listened back to where I was, and I think I was kind of making the point already. When there's people, the arguments between I guess the right and left economically are that people should be the ones doing the charity versus the government are the ones supposed to be doing the charity, taking care of people, and the conservative Republicans are on or in the mindset of people being more efficient at getting help to people that actually do need the help. So they're the people that are more likely to donate to churches, thinking that the church is actually going to be a place where homeless people can come in and get some shelter, etc. they're more likely to, I guess, have the small businesses that they would offer the work to someone. I'd have to look that one up. I don't know if that's just me spitballing. But anyways, I think that when I read through this briefly, I thought that it gave a little bit more reinforcement to that idea that the people are the more efficient at helping people out, because it seems that if planters gave this guy $104,000 as part of the company's A Nut Above campaign, I'm sure that was I don't know exactly how it works out. I'm sure that marketing budgets and people giving away money for like contests and other sort of things like that, they're all sort of tied together. So planters kind of sponsoring this guy doing this is a lot cheaper than planters paying for advertisers, paying people to go out and canvas, whatever they would have to do to try to get this money to these people is a lot less efficient than just giving the money to this dude who just goes out and pays off pays for people's bills. So I thought that was something to note. It's something I eventually would like some comments on, hearing people's thoughts on whether or not they think that people are more apt at taking care of one another than the government, or if that just opens up people to take advantage or not care for one another. It's like really easy for someone to have the resources to take care of someone but decide not to because they have this lifestyle decision or they look this way, whatever. And if it should be, it would need the bigger governments to take care of that stuff, because we see how it is with welfare systems and other social service programs. It's not always the most efficient way. It's not always the most efficient in taking care of people. And these lower income communities, the classic, it's a reoccurring theme that like drug dealers, cartel members, gang members and things like that are able to kind of create a social cushion for themselves that makes it more difficult for law enforcement to capture them or get information on them, because they will spend some of that money that they've earned through their nefarious means they'll give it back to the people in the community. So it's like the drug dealer will be the guy that gives people a bunch of money or pays for everyone's Thanksgiving dinners. The cartels will get kids school supplies and things like that, and then when it comes time for armies and militaries or police, law enforcement to do their jobs, people don't necessarily want them to do their jobs, or they might even get in the way. So that's one of those things that that's the argument. Is it better for the people to be taking care of one another and for the government to just get out of the way? Or I don't know. That's a discussion I was thinking of when this article came across. And then also, Army vet. I love military. My dad's military, or he was in the military. I'm a member of the VFW auxiliary. I don't go to the post anymore, but I used to when I was in high school. I used to go hang out there. They'd have dances and things of that sort. I like veterans, man. Military people are people of service, and whenever they have an opportunity to help people, they might not always have the means to do so, but they will use whatever small means they have most of the time. But yeah, anyways, all right, so I'm rambling. I gotta edit these two parts together. Apologize for the cut in the middle and losing my train of thought and possibly rambling here in the second half, but hey man, that's part of the process. Alrighty, thank you all for listening. If you did, I'll see y'all next time.